Hello everyone, in this video we will create this layout. This layout is given to me by my client and they want me to replicate it in WordPress. They want all the data to be dynamic as well because they are not very WordPress friendly, or they are not very friendly with the development and everything like that. So they want everything to be very easy for them to edit content on their website, but they don't want to make changes to the layout, but yes, they want to update images and text on their website. So for that reason I have chosen to work with Elementor and ACF, Advanced Custom Fields Pro. So with that said, let's see what ACF fields we can use to display data with Elementor in our website. So this is Elementor's integration with ACF page official on their official website. So this says that any ACF fields not included in this list, such as repeater fields, are not supported at this time. They said repeater, but there is another field which is very handy in organizing the ACF form, is a group field, which is not supported in Elementor as well. So we will use these basic fields to display our data. So let's head to WordPress and see what we have here. I have already installed WordPress version 5.9.3 and Advanced Custom Fields Pro plugin, which is here. I haven't created anything yet. So to work with Advanced Custom Fields Pro, there are certain things that we need to do. You can set to display advanced custom fields on your pages or custom post types or anything which is where you want to create dynamic data. For example, if you see this is you can show your custom data in like dynamic data in post types, in pages, based on user role, and forms such as taxonomy, attachment, and all other forms supported in WordPress. So first thing first, we will need to create our page first where we want to show Advanced Custom Fields Pro. Then we will create our Advanced Custom Fields form that we need to display our data, add our data, and then to display our data we will create a template in Elementor. The theme I am using is Cadence, and it is a very lightweight theme with lots of features, but we'll use only that we require. Mostly we won't use anything in the theme for now because we are learning Elementor. So we will see how we can set up custom colors like global colors and global fonts in Elementor. So we'll do that once we get into Elementor phase, but for now let's create our home page first. We will just call it home, publish it, then we will go to custom fields and add new field group. We'll call it home page, right? And we will set it to page is equal to home, right? Now here are other settings that we can set. If we want to keep this form active, if we want to show REST API, what kind of style do we want to have in this form, and where we want to show this content, like high after title or normal after title or sidebar. Then where we want to show the instructions placement, right? Order number, where we want to appear it order it says field group with lower order will appear first. So this will appear first if you want to give it a description, and if you want to hide certain WordPress default editors like form fields in the editor page editor. So I'll say all, toggle all, but remove permalink, and for the page attributes if required, or featured image. But this won't work because we are in WordPress now we have block editor, so there is no classic editor unless we install it, so it's of no use. So let's start adding our field. So first field will be hero background image, which is this image, right? And then we need a title and a paragraph, right? So this is background image, content will be image, field type image, and then if it's required we can mark it as required or not. And return format, how do we want the data to be returned? We want it to be as image URL and in full size, so we are not restricting any size limit. Plus if we want, we can set minimum width, height and file size, and maximum width, height and file size. And we can also set what file types are allowed, like JPG, PNG or anything. Do we want to enable conditional logic, like if you want to show it because of this, or we want to hide it because of that? Okay, so this is the first field. Now we want to add title. We will call it hero title, and we'll keep it as text, and we don't want to change any setting here. Then we need hero paragraph, and this will be text as well because it is just a one line. Now if we save our page, publish it, and go to pages, click I'll open it in a new tab, home page. Let's close this. Now you see we have this home page, toggle, and hero background image, hero title, and hero paragraph. So click on add image, select file, this is hero background, we call it hero background image, or give it any other alt text. Then we need to add this heading. So step into the best version of you. Step into the best version of you. Then we have this be in your flow. Let's write it here. Be in your flow, be a part of the evolution and human consciousness and an awakened species on earth. Right? Let's copy it from here and paste in hero paragraph. Update our page. Let's go to Elementor theme builder, and here we choose single page. Don't want any ready-made template. So for this layout, let's first set up our colors and global font. So first thing first, we'll start with site settings. First click on this menu on the top left, site settings, global colors and global font. So first global font we are using is Poppins, and it's normal, and 16 or yeah, 16 pixels, 8 by 8, it's better, right? So this is it. Then secondary, for secondary we can choose this as heading font. So I think let's try with Free Sans. as heading fonts, and we'll call it 2 rem, or let's leave the heading on default. Click on bold, then come back to global color. Okay, for colors we can choose colors if we are given by the client, and if not, I normally use Tailwind CSS documents and go to color and pick from here. So for a black dark color I use this slate 800, and probably 5 or 600. So this could be our main color, primary. Then for secondary we can play around and see which looks better, or let's make it text of this color and keep 600 of this color, right? Okay, and for accent color leave it as it is for now. Then we need to set our layout, so it's 1140. But if we look our theme setting, and also the design has a wider layout. So let's see what we have in our theme. Page layout and design. In general and layout it says 1290, so we will set 1290 in Elementor as well. We can set default widget spacing in here, or we can control it from the columns once we start adding. But since we are using 16 pixels as global font size and spacing, so this means 8 into 2 means 16, then 16 multiplied by 8. So we are keeping values which is multipliable with 8. So in the beginning we'll keep it as 8, and if required we can then change it however we want. And then typography, we can set what text color do we want. So as in by default, let's update it first. So typography, by default we want a body color to be secondary, right? The paragraph and all that. And link color we are not choosing anything for now. And for headings, let's make it primary, like or what call it, the heading color. Or for H2, yes, for H2 is primary color as well. H3, H4, yeah, and that deep. Or yes, we need to set our font. To set our font, again global font. Logo auto, it's Hawkins, because this is going to be body. All fonts, accent font also Hawkins. Right, text 400. Primary copy in 16 pixels. Yeah, primary font. We can set headings and body font here. Then button and image, if you want to set anything by default. And for buttons, if you want to set any button color or font or text style for the button. But we will use once we start filling it. So you see this website has so many colors here. This is yellow, this is blue, then blue, then gradient yellow and white. So this website is doing so much here. Okay, close this, click on the admin section plus icon and choose this first and section style. First we want to create this. Now we need to add image, title and paragraph. So if you click here or right click edit section, then we will go to style and background type, but we will not choose an image from here or any color, but we will click on dynamic tag, choose ACF image field, click on this setting icon and then give it a key of hero background image. We can set a fallback image if for some reason this image doesn't load, so this as fallback image as well. Then in the position of the image, center attachment, I'll leave it as default, then no repeat in repeat, and size will be covered. Now let's add a title, heading or and then paragraph. So click on these elements icon, drag heading, and again click on dynamic tags, and then scroll down to ACF field, click settings, give it key of hero title, make it HTML tag as h1, center it. You can choose the size from here, make it XXL, right? And then if we go to style and in typography, we can choose secondary, text, primary. So it is primary. So in secondary, this is h1, right? So this is h1. I'll keep it as primary, and instead of primary, let's remove this default setting. Keep it like this, but when we open it, we will make it font weight as bold. What is happening here? Okay, in primary and 16 em and weight is bold is too much, so probably 500, I think. No, it's 700, and we need to reduce the font size. So get 3 text, 3 bold, and now I can go back to Elementor widgets, toggle this move, and drag heading into the column, change HTML tag from h2 to paragraph, center it, and again in title, go to dynamic tag, ACF field, click on settings, give it key value of hero paragraph, and now we need to give space to this hero section. For that, let's add it to the edit section, advanced tab, unlink padding values, give a value of 60 on top, and in bottom make it 300. Instead of 60 on top, give it 50 on top. Like this. This is closer, I think, so should we make it 100? Oops, no, 60 and 360 probably. Yep, looks seems better. Now you see this spacing between the heading and paragraph. We have already set it to 8, but we can still control it from here. So let's see, by 8 nothing changes, but if we make it 16, the space is, there is more space increases. And if you make it like 32, it into 4, right? It becomes 32, and let's get back to 8, I think, or 16 default, right? So now we look at here and here, so this seems more. So instead of 60, let's make it, no, 70 for 80. Keep it 80 to look similar as much as possible. Alright, publish it. Now when we publish a template in Elementor, it asks for a condition where you want to display this template. So this page, this template is specifically for the home page. So we will say pages, and instead of all, we search for home and save it. Right now, if we go to our website, and you see we have not set our home page as our default page. So for that, we will go to settings, reading, and set our home page to home, refresh, and refresh our home page. There it is. Everything is dynamic. Now if our client wants to change anything, they can simply come to the page, pick their page and click update. They don't have to go to Elementor and then edit the page. See, everything is dynamic. Now there is one more thing that we need to fix, and that is the main title of the hero. You see, we have this as capitalized characters, but capitalized characters in the design, but in WordPress it's all in lowercase. So go back to Elementor, click on the title or add this edit heading icon, style tab, go to style tab, then click on typography, and transformation will be capitalized. Click on update. Now we will create other sections of the page. So let's start with the below the fold section, and for this we need one and two columns, one for the image and one for the text. So let's go to advanced custom fields first, and then to home page, because we are still in the home page. And let's call this section mind, body, soul. So it makes easy for us to fetch data in Elementor. Mind, body, and soul. Image. This is for field label mind, body, and soul image. Field name will be autofilled. You can change this field name if you want. Then file type is image, return format image URL, and preview size full size. We don't need anything else for image configuration. Then we have H2 and paragraph. So MBS title, keep it text, and MBS paragraph. Okay, now in the field type we can pick text area, or we can use what you see is what you get editor, WYSI, WYG. But since we are not going to format anything in this text block, so we will just keep text area. In new lines we will change it to automatically add break tag, because we already have an option in Elementor to set our text widget to be set as paragraph or heading titles. So that's why we will choose to automatically add break attribute here. Click on update, go to templates, theme builder. I am opening it in a new tab. Elementor single page, this is the default title. Let's change it first so that it makes easy for us to see what template we are working on. To change the title, simply go to the settings in the bottom left of Elementor editor and change the page. Now we can add two columns for image and the text, but we need to go back to WordPress dashboard, then pages, then home page, and now we have this MBS image and title and paragraph. So let's add image, upload files, and this is the image. We call it mind, body and soul image. Then the text, I will copy paste the text from the document. I have pasted the text from the document in the WordPress page. Now click on update. To add new section, we will create on this plus icon that says add new section, and we will pick two columns. Let's edit the section. Since we just added the section and haven't clicked anywhere else, so the section is already selected. But if you have lost the focus on the section, you can simply mouse over on section element, and then in the middle it says edit section, or you can right click on the section anywhere and click on edit section. Let's add some padding. In the edit section, go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values and give it a padding top of 60 pixels or 80 pixels and padding bottom 80 pixels. Now click on the elements icon, that 9 small squares on top, and then pick image and drag it into the first column of the section. To display the image, click on image dynamic tag and then image field, ACF image field. Click on setting and give it image of MBS image. Again, let's set up a fallback image. So if for any reason the image doesn't load, we will see this fallback image. And now let's edit columns width to be 40% on desktop, because you see this, we have image column a bit smaller than the text, so we want to achieve that layout. Once we have set this to 40%, this column becomes 60% automatically. Let's add title, again dynamic tag, ACF field, settings, and then key, and this time we will choose MBS title. This is going to be H2. And then we need our paragraph. So for paragraph, we will add another heading tag, and in heading we will change the HTML tag to paragraph, and in the title dynamic tag we will choose ACF field, then click on ACF field setting, and then give it key of MBS paragraph. Alright, you click on update. Okay, let's come back to site settings again. Global fonts, highlight custom style, name it H2, pop-ins, then let's make it 2 rems for now. Click on update, and in typography make it H2, go back to site setting again, go back to global font, edit the H2 one, make it font weight bold, and why do we have this line height issue? Make it line height of 1.2, 1.3 or 1.2 seems fine. Let's see why it isn't. Okay, now it gets bolder. Perfect. So let's click on our edit section again, and we can remove the or increase the space in between. So column gaps we can set to wider. See, we have space here, but the problem arises is that the space is being added on left and right side of the image and of the text. So both columns getting the space on both sides. For that we will just keep column caps as default and click on edit column in the second column of the section, and go to advanced tab, and we will unlink the padding values and give padding left to be around 30 pixels or more, like 60 pixels. We need to be pixel perfect as much as we can. Alright, now the widgets cap, which seems a bit low, we will increase it to 16. Let's change the default widget caps to 16 instead of changing it to 16 for everything. For every column actually, make it 16. Update. We need to give some line height to the body tags. Go to site settings again. Typography, text, and line height 1.6. click on update, back to editor. Okay, now it works. So this is much more easier on the eyes and readable. Alright, if you want to remove this space, like padding on the image and all the sections, simply click on edit section, go to layout, columns, gap, and set it as no gap. This will remove the gap from the sides as well. Click on update. Now we have this intro section. So for this we need intro eyebrow, intro paragraph, intro button, and intro image. Let's go back to our custom field, home page, and add intro eyebrow. This is a text. Then we need intro paragraph, and this time we will choose what you see is what you get editor, because we want to bold few words. Yes, then we will set it as tabs to visual and text, or we can change it to visual only or text only, like plain text or visual that we get in WordPress. Then delay initialization, it says that TinyMCE, that's an editor that is integrated with ACF, will not be initialized until the field is clicked. So let's keep it as it is. Info eyebrow, info paragraph, info button. Right, so this is okay, info button, and let's set it as URL. We will put the URL where we want the user to go from here once they click on the button. And then intro image, and again this is image, return format is image URL, preview size full, and I mistakenly set it as info, so I will delete this. It is intro button. Perfect. So the field name is autofilled by ACF. Okay, update it, go back to pages, click on home. Now we have intro eyebrow, here is TinyMCE, and intro button link, then intro image. So let's adding content in it. I will just copy and paste the data from the document, and then we will display in Elementor. I have copy pasted the text from the document and uploaded the image as well for the intro section. Now let's update the page. Oh, it says must be a valid URL. So for now, let's make it google.com and update. Go back and let's edit our template in theme builder. I'm opening it in a new tab. Let's edit this homepage template. Add a new section by clicking on this plus icon, and we need 2 columns as well. For this we will pick this one, and let's edit the section and Go to advanced tab, unlink the padding values, padding top to 80, padding bottom to 80. Go to elements and let's pick the heading first, and this will be a paragraph. Dynamic, choose dynamic tag, click on setting and give it the key of intro eyebrow. Alrighty, then we will drag and drop another title tag, change it to paragraph, go to dynamic tag, ACF field, click on key and intro paragraph. Alrighty, and then we need to add a button, and the link will be dynamic tag, ACF URL field, then click on setting and key will be intro button. It should take us to google.com. see, now one more thing, if our client wants to change the text of the button, the label of the button, they will have to come to Elementor and edit this, and they might drag and drop something in the page and the layout might get ruined. So for that, let's go back to advanced custom fields, edit the home page, edit the intro button first and make it intro button link, okay, and add a new one and let's call it intro button title. It's as simple as that. Update, go back to page, edit the home, okay, so intro button title would be, let's say, no more about me, and the link will be to google.com. let's say update the page, so we need to refresh the Elementor, refresh it for the title, okay, the page is reloaded, click on edit button, go to text, ACF field and give it the key of intro button title. Then for the link, go to dynamic tags, ACF URL field and intro button link. Alright, click on update. Right, now we need to add image. Go back to elements and drag and drop image to the other column. Go to choose image, then dynamic tag, click on ACF image field settings and intro image. We've got this. Now we want to enlarge the font and add the background. So to increase the font size of this paragraph, since we are already using the global fonts and typography to control the text of the entire body, we can directly style them, and to do that, let's go to edit heading and then advanced tab and scroll to the bottom to custom CSS, then type selector, and we will give font size of 2 rem, and line height will be 1.3. I think looks fine. Yep, seems fine. And now we need to add background to this section, to this entire intro section. We haven't added that in the advanced custom field, so let's do that as well. Intro section background. This is an image URL, and preview size is full size. Let's align it properly. Intro section, intro, and all that. Go back to page and edit home page, then choose intro section background, upload. This is intro section background. Select, update, reload this page, reload, click on edit section, and go back to style tab, background, and in background type choose this classic style and add dynamic tag to ACF image. Click on ACF image settings and intro section background. Same goes with the fallback image. Position we'll keep to left, top left, repeat, no, and cover. Size, here it is. Okay, now to change the button style as in the design, click on pencil icon, edit icon of the button, change size to medium, go to style tab. We don't want any background color, so remove it. Just lower its transparency. In hover we have nothing. Border type 1, width 1, and color will be primary and no border radius. We can do this inside settings, in buttons, and we'll set border radius to 0. Now we won't have to add border to set border radius to 0 in the button settings. So this is now by default in the entire website. Alright, let's keep it solid, 1 pixel. Perfect. And text will be primary as well. Okay, it is just giving one, like a drop shadow effect on hover. This is coming from theme. Alright. Now we will create this services section very quickly because we have already worked and we are quite familiar with how ACF works with Elementor. So in ACF we will create the title for the services and the paragraph form field. So let's get back to the ACF. Now let's add a field for services title, this is gonna be field type will be text, and services paragraph, and field type will be text area. Alright, we will choose to add a break automatically. Click on update, go back to page, home, and here we have services title and services paragraph. I'm just going to copy and paste the content real quick. I have added the text and click on update. Reload our Elementor editable page. And create a new section, single column for now, and go to advanced, unlink padding values, top, give padding top to 80 and give 80 pixels to padding bottom. Then drag and drop the title element, keep it h2, and click on titles dynamic tag, choose ACF field, click settings, ACF field, and the key will be services title. Then go back to elements and add heading element again, and then change its HTML tag to paragraph. Go to the title and choose dynamic tag, ACF field, ACF field setting, key will be services paragraph. Let's quickly set up our fonts. We already have H2 for this, we will make it H2, and paragraph will be a normal paragraph, center align. We need to add a background. So for this, if our client wants to change background by themselves, let's give them an option to do that in the ACF. Let's add a field, services section background, and this time field type will be color picker, default value will be white. Go back to page, home, scroll down, we have this services section background, we need this blue color. Alright, let's try with this for now. Update, we will need to refresh Elementor editable page again. Let's reload it. Select editable edit section, go to style, and in background type choose color, and in color open on color editor, then go to dynamic tag and choose ACF color picker field, click on settings, and key will be services section background. Alright, now to change the entire color of this text section, instead of changing it manually for every text, just click on edit section, go to style tab and scroll down to bottom, typography, and there we can change the colors of entire text. Text color, we'll change all text. Link color, link cover, let's make it just a subtle gray. update. I have changed the background color to the original color as in the document provided by the client, and now we will create this bottom part, and once we are done with this, then we will work on this 6 pages grid, because this has to be dynamic as well. The client needs to edit the services from the WordPress dashboard rather than editing in Elementor. So let's start working on this area. So to create this section, we need 2 columns plus background form field, text form field, and paragraph form field. This background has a gradient effect, so an ACF doesn't support adding gradients. So for that we will create this background in Elementor, and rest title, paragraph, and image field will be in the ACF form. So let's begin with this. I will call this footer section title. It will be text. Footer section paragraph. This will be text area if nothing is stylized, and footer section image. Footer section image. This will be image, right? And image URL. Now you see I have not changed the preview size. I want to show you something. Let's go to update and then pages, home, scroll down, and we have this footer section. Now in footer section image, when we add this is the image. Girl and plant image. You see, this image is not widespread or full size as this one or this one or this one. So this was the preview image dimension set for. Okay, now I'm going to add the text from the document. Now update the page, go back to Elementor, reload the Elementor editable page, click on the edit new section icon. We need 2 columns, edit section, then unlink padding values. Top padding value will be 80 and bottom will be 80 as well. Then we will drag and drop the heading title, go to dynamic tag, click on ACF field, key will be footer section title, then again heading title, heading element, but we will change its HTML tag to paragraph. And in dynamic tags we will choose ACF field, key will be footer section paragraph. Then we will pick image element and drop it to the second column. Then dynamic tags, ACF field, and footer section image. Same goes with the fallback image. Click on update. We need to update the title, typography H2, and then this text, paragraph will be text. Right, let's increase its font size a bit, 1.53. Yes. let's keep it 3. Now we want to add gradient colors to the background. Click on edit section, go to style tab, click on background gradient in background type, then add color value. We need to have both color values filled for the gradient to take effect, and yes, we've got our gradient effect. Update the page and we are done with this. We will now create services block, and for that I have already installed a plugin called custom post type UI. You can simply install it by going to plugins, add new, and search for custom post type. This plugin will appear, install it, and create a custom service custom post type. I have already done that by the name of services, and I have created 3 services in it. These services are same as we've created other pages. I have created this form field from the advanced custom field plugin and just set up a basic structure for this, given it a featured image and a title of the service actually. So these are the titles that we want to display, and to display this we will go to theme builder, click on our home page, and here we will add those services. To add those services we will search for post element widget, which is here, post, drag it where we want to display our post. This is how the default layout comes. We want it to look like cards, and we want to show 3 for now, 3 custom posts, and yes, I want to show images. We want title, we don't want excerpt, we don't want metadata for this, and we don't want the badge and read more, neither avatar as well. Now let's click on query tab and click on source and select services. We've got these services. The order is in descending, so we will make it ascending, and to style this we will go to style tab and start styling. So this is column gap. You see, if we increase the space between the cards increases or decreases. Let's keep it 30. This is row. If we have more than one row, we can increase or decrease this as well. This is card section. If we want to give card a background color, we don't have background color in the design, so we will remove this. You see, then we need to center align our content as well. But before that, let's have a look at the border width. If we want to give border, we can set its width, we can set border radius, we can set horizontal padding between the cards corners and the content, and vertical padding as well. So let's keep it default. We are not going to change it. Do we want drop shadow or no? For our design, we don't want drop shadow. We don't want border as well. We don't want any border radius as well. Then we have image, and we can increase or decrease space between image and the content. Then in the content tab we can change the color and set typography. Let's make it 1.2 and font weight to be bold. And so in layout tab there is alignment. Click on it and our text will be centralized. We need to set typography. This is coming in 2 lines, whereas in the design it is in 1 line. In the card, let's make it 0. If we make it 0, it goes, the other space around the cards is gone. So does it look similar? Yes. Now we will update it. We go and refresh our website. We have this services block ready. If we click on it, it will take us to that page. We haven't created the template for the services, so we will work on those templates in next videos.